Today's GDP figures are weak, to say the least, and that shows our economy's in a slump. But that's probably not news to you because you've been living it through the cost of living crisis for the last couple of years. Kiwis in that crisis have responded by doing business in a responsible way, giving up major purchases and risky investments, instead focusing on paying down debt. And that means managing bills carefully, taking opportunities for savings at the supermarket and in utilities. It's something everyone has had to do. Now the government is entering the same world that families and small businesses have been living for the last couple of years. For too long, Wellington tried to defy economic gravity. They thought they could just borrow and spend their way through rising interest rates. But politicians can only do that if someone else loses. And that is taxpayers and future generations who are now picking up the tab. It's not sustainable, it wasn't responsible, and it's certainly not fair on households who have already had to make sacrifices because of the economic slowdown. That's why you're now hearing a lot about the government looking for savings. It's why we're also dealing with some of the nasty surprises left behind by Labor. For example, I'm responsible for Farm Act, where the previous government left life-saving medicines unfunded for the next 4 years. They set up a free school lunch program, but it wasn't free. Someone had to pay, and they never set aside the money in the budget. And they've done that in lots of areas besides those two. You wouldn't run a household or a small business this way, and it's certainly no way to run a government. So please bear with us as we make hard choices in government the way that households and businesses have had to. Ultimately, ACT's job is to deliver a smarter, smaller government that regulates you less. And that's not just an ideal, it's a practical response to economic challenges that people have had to take on anyway. Politicians will never be able to spend your money better than you. And that's why the ACT Party is pushing hard within this government to make sure that money is saved and returned to the people who earned it. It's about leaving a country that's more productive for future generations. I accept this government as a coalition that will never go as far as ACT would like, but it is going a lot further than it would without ACT in it.